Hey.
Hey.
What were you going to start with talking about?
Our height.
What was it, last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend we were at a little pride event on Sunday.
And on Saturday.
That was
multiple events.
A huge weekend for us.
First of all, homophobia conquered.
Conquered, yes. We really we were one with the men. We were one with the gays.
We were one with the men.
we were one with the men.
We finally did it.
We did start off by standing in a corner and talking like we were on the pod, but then we found our people.
And our people let us know time and time again, Joe, you read as the shorter one.
And for me, I was like,
yeah, he does.
I feel so good. And then you see me in person and you're like, wait, he's 5'8". Joe, can you list your stats?
I hate this. This is scruff. I'm 6'3". I really do believe if I got a chiropractor, I'd be 6'4". I really do believe that.
For a while, you were saying 6'4".
I was lying.
Okay, so just 6'3". And I'm 5'8", 5'9" on my license, and 5'11" in my Veja sneakers.
So now you guys know.
Yeah.
Now the truth is out there.
You see that leg?
You see the length of this leg? Sometimes you have to date your twin. Sometimes you have to date your twin. Was an identical twin.
Yeah.
And
a clone.
One time, I was touching his leg, and I was like, "Whoa, your leg is so long." And I was like, "Wait, does that mean my leg is that long?" And I made him stand next to me, and I was like, "Wait."
He's like, yeah.
And that was the first time I perceived myself.
Okay.
Good children. I kind of liked it.
I love that one, actually. That was one of
I'll always
my
go
favorites.
that high.
Yes, and I will do the lower octave.
Hey, you guys, and welcome back to Good Children, the podcast where me and Andrew discuss our joint childhood in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and all of the nostalgia, trauma, and doctor's visits that entails.
Yes.
I don't want to ruin your day, but you're right out of the gate. Talk about that eye.
I'm going to say that my eye, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel great.
For the listeners at home who aren't watching the YouTube,
yeah.
Which you should 100% be doing.
Yes.
Andrew's eye doesn't look good.
It's pink. And the thing is, that's lately I have been saying, I have been broad citying it. In my crusty eye Alana era.
And it happened from an air conditioner, right?
It did happen from an air conditioner. I was looking up and a little drop fell into this little eye. And then ever since, I've just had a perpetual red eye.
That happened to me summer 2019.
Okay. So this is something that everyone goes through?
It could be Legionnaire's disease.
I just got back on my insurance. Doctor's visits were always a traumatic experience. I'm going to be completely honest.
Still to this day, don't go to the doctor more than I should because I'm literally afraid to.
Yeah. And we have to go to the doctor.
I have so many things physically wrong with me right now. I had this thought last night. I was because I definitely have a mouth infection. And I said to myself, when you're an adult, no one is going to make you go to the doctor.
Yep.
No one is going to say you have, your teeth have hurt for a week and a half and, your whole mouth tastes like blood. Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
No one's going to tell you that.
You just have to bring yourself.
To do it.
Absolutely.
And I still haven't gone to a chiropractor.
You keep mentioning all of these different doctors that you want to go to, and you just don't bring yourself to go to the doctor.
I'm expecting you to hold me accountable, and that's unfair.
But the thing is, it's I will say, you have to go to the doctor.
I know. I need you to call, book the appointment, and drive me there.
It's a two-way street, because you have been saying the same exact thing to me.
I've been saying you need to go to a therapist.
I mean, and I was, Joe. I was. And then, I got booted off my insurance. So then I was I simply can't pay for my insurance. And then, that one kind of came back to bite me because then I owed 3 months worth of insurance. Anyways, I'm going to be going back to the doctor and I want a physical.
I'm so scared. Do they make you,
Yep.
They touch?
I think they will. They will.
That used to freak me out so badly.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of getting a boner.
So
that was my biggest fear.
I used to this is the thing about me. I do think I requested female doctors.
That's creepier.
Is it? I mean, they didn't know, I guess, at that point.
Man on man action.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Your eye is so red.
Is my eye so distracting? It's kind of unfortunate. It is getting to a point where I do need to itch, and I'm not gonna. I have pink eye.
That sucks.
No, that really sucks, everybody. I have to clean my sheets.
Yeah, wash your sheets, and that's priority number one.
Okay,
wash
and then
your
maybe
sheets, wash your hands, and go to a doctor.
Okay, I'm going to go to the doctor, and I will just say if you need to put your hand on my pants, I will cough. No?
Go for it.
Okay.
I think now I pretty much have gotten to a point where I don't really care if someone sees my dick. Then it was so anxiety inducing. I will never forget the doctor's cold hands. Like the most coldest hands I've ever felt in my entire life. And I was like, I'm going to kill myself.
Were they gloved?
I hope to God.
I hope to God. Going off of that, going to the doctors, especially when you're like growing up, the worst feeling was
getting weighed in.
Get weighed. You're stepping on that scale. And then the report, your mother is sitting in that office and they're like,
oh, we have to use the bigger one.
They're like, I'm so sorry. Like, 200. Yeah, let's keep going. And then you're like, I do think it's going to be the next one. And they're like fighting the balance and you're like, And then for me, they would take out that little, for everybody, they would take out the little measuring.
Oh, for the height?
For the height. And then they'll be like, okay, 5'3". And you're like, perfect. And they would take them 2 minutes to come back into the room and say, so this year, 99th percentile.
The chart.
Yep.
The chart.
Always skyrocketing. But for me, when I was like 99th percentile, I was like, that's an A. I literally got an A. So it's fine that I'm in the 99th percentile. My mom was just like, listen, you're a growing boy. And I'm like,
I'll never forget a doctor said to me, or said in front of me, to my mom, if he keeps going this way, he's going to be 500 pounds by the time he's 16. And I was 9. And said that in front of me. And I do think that was probably, for me.
What did it?
Yeah, that was the end. And that's when I remember, I told you this recently, I remember going home that day, taking a shit, weighing myself, and opening up my bathroom door and saying, Mom, I lost a pound going to the bathroom. And then my mom's friend was over.
No! Your mom's friend was like,
It was Joanne. It was Joanne.
Oh, Joanne was like,
yeah,
that's so sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was only in it for the doctor's visits just for the little lollipops that they had in the office.
I was saying a sticker.
See, that was the difference here. They were like, you're the 99th percentile. And I'm like,
Lollipop.
Great. Can I get 2? Kind of missed those days. I was in the doctor's office quite a bit, I think, for strep throat.
I literally, the way in which strep throat was one of the most antagonistic things to ever happen to you as a child. Every time I woke up with a sore throat, I was like, this is the end of times. Yeah. This is it.
And you kind of were hoping that it was strep throat, but when they said post-nasal drip,
I was pissed.
You're like, what the fuck? What's the
post-nasal
point?
drip is the most fucking bullshit answer. I've never not had a post-nasal drip.
My whole life.
I'm dripping right now.
Yeah, phlegm is always going down this throat.
And it's always post.
Yeah. But the thing is about strep throat, I recently got my tonsils out for that reason. So,
yeah.
Talking about growing through that.
How many times did you get strep in 1 year?
Oh my gosh. In the year 2020,
yeah,
I had strep 7 times.
And I'm sorry, I didn't even give that a moment to breathe. 7 times is horrifying.
Horrifying. And everyone's like, oh, do you think it's COVID? And I'm like, it's not COVID.
It's not COVID.
Then I would go in there and
what was it?
Not COVID. What was it? I just think my throat was irritated.
You were pushing your throat to its limits.
I think I was pushing my throat to its limits. And we will leave it there.
Sunday night, me and Andrew, so we went to...
This was a growing pain.
This is definitely a pain for every party involved. We went to... There's so many things to talk... We have to tell this entire story. Jake Cornell, TikToker, comedian, really fucking funny person, also podcaster. We met him a few weeks ago. He was like, what are you guys doing for Pride? I'm going to Stunts.
So I actually go to my Google and I look up Stunts Gay New York.
Nothing shows up.
Nothing.
So... A few days pass, we don't respond because we have no idea what it is.
Oh, should I know what Stunts is?
But now we're getting to the point where we need to have a plan for Sunday. And we find out that it's this gay party under a bridge. And me and Andrew had a few drinks the day before at a brunch. And there were 2 ticket options. The regular and then there was VIP. And VIP, I would say, was $125 more expensive than the regular, right? Yeah. And if you guys haven't been clued in financially, we shouldn't be doing this. We're like, wait, we should do it and then lie.
we were gifted it.
No, we didn't even, we were just we bought the tickets.
Yeah.
We were like, great, we're going to go VIP. It's hosted by Bowen Yang.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my God, we're going to meet Bowen Yang. Like, this is going to be an amazing day. The moment we purchased these tickets, we looked at each other and you were like,
what do we do?
There's no refunds. We're going to the VIP.
Okay.
We get there. I would say there's 16 people there.
16, yeah.
It's under a bridge. I'm in a cowboy hat and
I'm immediately
Daisy
eating like a
Dukes.
cheeseburger.
We're wearing amazing merch from the internet gift shop.
Cute shirts.
Cute shirts. Bowen is there.
Okay, Bowen is there. Bowen's not even in the VIP section. Bowen is lingering out in the normal section.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Joe, like, Bowen is right there.
We were like strategizing the night before and like all morning. We were like, if we see Bowen, like, we're going to say something, obviously.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, thank you for like what you've done. Like, we stand.
literally obsessed with you. But like, that's
but
just
we were
me,
like, we want to
you know?
like actually like be credible and be like, amazing work, Fire Island slay.
We see Bowen out of the corner of our eye, and we're like, okay, we're gonna say
This
something.
is it.
And like Joe's like, no, we're not gonna say something right now. Like, let's wait a little bit. So I'm like, okay, yes. So then like the night is progressing. Like Bowen's like making his rounds. I'm still looking around. Joe is actually on patrol for me looking around. He's like, stop it. Stop looking at Bowen. He's gonna see us. And I'm like, yeah, he's gonna see us. Like,
But let me say, at this point, we had our VIP tickets came with an open bar.
You're right.
So we were filling up our cups like it was like a Coke freestyle
which I heard was a
machine.
really good idea because the drinks were like $20 each.
Oh, so we definitely got our money's worth.
Oh, we got our money's worth,
So
unfortunately.
not only are we like hunting for Bowen, we're getting more and more drunk at this situation. And I would say like we're not people who really get drunk often.
No.
So the Bowen hunt continues.
The Bowen hunt continues, and we're like looking around. Like Taste is there, amazing.
Taste is there. Yeah.
We will get into that conversation. Like, this is actually just so so Bowen out of nowhere disappears.
Bowen goes home.
Bowen home.
So we missed our opportunity.
But you kept saying like it wasn't the moment.
I was honestly practicing meditation in that moment,
Yeah.
and I was like, we will meet Bowen like when the time is right, because I am the reason we did not speak to him. And I was like, don't worry, Andrew, like this is God's plan. So
There was
then
a
we
little pit in
turned
my
to
stomach.
Taste.
Then we turned to Taste.
Ahead of time, we're like, so now we're in VIP, are strategizing what to say to Taste. Also, Jill did not have a VIP ticket, and I'm actually physically kicking her out of VIP.
Yes.
You have a brilliant thing that you're gonna go up to Taste and say.
I'm probably like 5 tequila sodas in,
Right.
which is so tough. But I'm strutting my stuff over to Taste. I'm like, hey, Taste, literally obsessed with you. Looked her straight in the eyes, and I said, fuck Lawrence Chaney. Am I right? And she was like, no, babes, like, Lawrence Chaney's amazing. And I'm like, no, I actually love Lawrence Chaney. Like, I'm just saying, like, I do think that, like, you deserve to win. Like, but the thing is, like, if Lawrence Chaney was there, I'd literally be like, you deserved this moment.
Yes.
But
And she did.
She did. Bimini should have won.
Huge lesson in like, we were not supposed to talk to Bowen Yang.
No.
Because you would have stepped right up to him and said, fuck Matt Rogers.
I actually would have said, fuck that West Islip man. Fuck that Long Islander. We're the Long Islanders here. He would have like, what are you talking
Who
about?
the fuck are you? Speaking of like growing pains, 2020, I don't think I was eating. Like,
No. 2020 was a crazy
I mean, yeah,
year.
fair enough.
Let's
like,
acknowledge
if the
it.
worst thing you come out of 2020 with is an eating disorder, okay.
Okay.
But it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
And I definitely led the charge on that one.
I was actually obstinately against it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then you caved.
you got me along on that fucking
I mean, like,
ride.
I was like, the thing, like, I am easily influenced, as we know.
How were you influenced?
So
By
it was
social
like,
media?
one of my friends was like, listen, you have to do this cleanse. No, but yeah, she was like, you need to do this cleanse. It's amazing. It's Arbonne. And I'm like, oh.
Never do a cleanse.
Never do a cleanse.
Cleanses
Cleanses
number one
are
of today.
fake.
Cleanses are fake, and go to the doctor.
Go to drink water.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, so for this cleanse, you're going to be drinking a protein shake for breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, you're just going to have protein, veggies, and carb. And then drink tea when you're hungry.
Wait, okay. I did a cleanse one time that was just juice.
No.
And then if you were feeling lightheaded, it was egg whites or steamed broccoli.
Oh, because that really satiates you. That I
Yeah.
would feel full. The thing is about cleanses, it's like you're gonna do a cleanse and you want to supplement it with exercise.
Right.
So you're like
It's so
depleting your body of
fucking-
everything.
If I were to take it to Capitol Hill, if I were to Demi Lovato this, I would
Please.
start with like diet companies.
Yep.
I don't care what company
and
it
then
is.
ghosts.
Yes, I would get right into paranormal activity
Yep.
right after that. And then from there, alien activity.
Yep.
But yeah, those companies should not exist.
Yeah.
Between that and Facetune, like we are in dire need of help. It is crazy. What changed for us?
I think that like we got to a place we lost weight really quickly.
Yeah.
No, it's like not even funny to say, but like I would be like, when someone says you're too skinny, I'm like,
yeah, I was like, I'm winning.
Yeah.
I'm winning
because we were begging for that. Like for so long, you're being told you're fat, you're fat. Like you don't look good or you don't feel good. And for the first time, you're like, I actually feel really good, and I think I look so good.
Right.
Meanwhile, to everybody out on the outside lens, they're like, you are not healthy right now.
And the worst part is I look at those pictures still, and I'm like, I looked so good. I couldn't stand up without actually almost fainting. I was lightheaded all day, every day. I had no energy, but my skin did look really, really good.
But I think this is a good learning lesson for other people as well. For like, if your friend is losing weight really rapidly, like, don't tell them that they look good. You know what I mean? Like,
let's just never comment on somebody's body.
Never comment on somebody's body. Yeah, because like people be like, "Oh, you look so good," and I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you." It's just like creates
validation.
It's validation for something that you didn't need validation.
And the worst part, to make it gay for a second, is you get that validation on the apps. How many gay men come out and then have a crazy body transformation?
So many.
It's like you come out, you have a body transformation, and then you immediately, like, your internalized fat phobia becomes externalized, and you're like, look at how fucking disgusting I once was, and look at how skinny I am now. And that's like your entire brand.
You make it your whole.
I was obsessed with the Transformation Tuesday. I was obsessed with being like, look at, wow, like, thank God
started
I'm not
from
that
the
person.
bottom, now I'm here.
I feel better, I look better, and I'm happier now. And I was like counting my calories to the point of eating like an almond was counted.
Yeah. And that's why, like, honestly, for me, like, throughout that whole journey, like, I found what I did like to do, and that was like working out and fitness. And for me, it was because it made me feel good, and recognizing that I was so unhealthy and did it in a crazy way. I needed to educate myself, and I want to help people get through that as well. And that's why I'm a fitness coach, period.
Oh my God.
Thank
Slay
you.
Boots.
Thank you. So if you ever want to come visit me at F45, let me know.
Yeah, literally.
It's a very inclusive space.
Yeah, for me, I realized that if I don't work out, I'm going to kill myself. And that's like the only reason I go to spin class.
A long life we will live. We will be doing this podcast for the next 65 years. No, because again, like, we don't need to bring up my palm. She basically said 27. She said early in your 20s. So like, I'm at this point later in my 20s.
Yeah, you made it.
I made it. You think that I'm over the hump?
Yeah, you're over the hill.
Okay, I'm over the hill until you project on me like when I'm gonna
I'm
be kaput.
I'm seeing that you're gonna live. I don't like that number that I just saw. I'm gonna say
what are you saying?
Sorry, I'm saying 86.
Were you gonna say 50 something?
No, 86.
Okay, I can deal with 86.
I just flipped it around. 86.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
You're like 68.
Yeah.
I mean, to completely segue,
please.
Growing in general. We're growing right now on the internet.
We're growing on the internet.
You guys. It's definitely
nutso.
Yeah, I mean, it's like extreme, it's like validation again.
Yeah.
We're getting another form of validation, and I don't know right now if it's like my fitness pal validation. I don't know if it's good for us yet. You know what I mean?
If it's like an Apple Watch validation.
Yeah.
Hit your rings.
My God. An Apple
Watch.
Oh my God. No, like, that was actually
my lip was quivering. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
the way in which a human wearing an Apple Watch is in jail is insane. Like, no, we were up at midnight swinging our arms so that we did not lose a ring.
No, that was something going on in our brains because like I was driving 4 hours. We were competing. I was driving 4 hours to Boston. I was like, fuck, I need to stop at this rest stop so I can swing my arm and get up so I can get my walking goal, my standing goal today. But then we got the hack. We were swinging our arm. I was driving my car, one hand on the wheel, other arm swinging next to me like this, like a crazy person.
Because we had to satisfy who? Tim Cook?
Like, actual,
who were we doing that for?
Tim Cook. I was like, Tim Cook's gonna say that I only hit 700 calories today. I'm pissed. I needed my Apple Watch to tell me that I'm like, I hit my rings.
No, my Apple Watch was my daddy. I was like, tell me I'm doing a good job. Like, it was actually so dangerous.
It was a sugar daddy. It was like, give me my award, give me my badge. I kind of felt like a Girl Scout.
Oh my God. And that's all you ever wanted.
All I ever wanted was to get badges, wear that little vest, and sell cookies.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. I think that speaking of growing and speaking of a song that has ruin my life in the best way possible is when I grow up.
Oh my God.
By the Pussycat Dolls. And we haven't talked about it yet, and I'm actually shocked.
No, Nicole Scherzinger.
Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger.
Nicole Scherzinger is unbelievable. Like, that song, I mean, come on. When I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be in movies.
The way that when I grow up, and the Pussycat Dolls in general, deeply influenced a generation of gay men to become the worst versions of themselves. Yes. Nicole Scherzinger will pay for what she did. Yep.
And she's
in court.
Yeah.
In a court of law.
I mean, it also did get me through, like, I want to see the world. I want to drive nice cars. And then for me, I was like, I want to have boobies.
But it's groupies.
It's groupies, yeah. But, like, for me, when I was thinking boobies, like, I was like, okay, it's fine.
Like, I have boobies. Yeah.
So she helped me through that as well.
That's amazing.
Which was kind of amazing.
She helped me through body dysmorphia.
She did help me through body dysmorphia because I was like
a young gay boy through body dysmorphia.
I was like, yes, Nicole, I do.
When did you first start getting stretch marks?
I think I first started recognizing that I was getting stretch marks probably like when I was 12.
Look at the stretch marks on my stomach. I'm disgusted right now.
But like nowhere else but my stomach.
Okay,
so like I started seeing
my whole body.
Interesting.
My whole body.
Because again, like I do think that you were getting stretch marks because you were also growing.
I'll never forget being in like the 7th grade boys' locker room and taking off my shirt. And which, again, being a chubby kid in a locker room, the way I could get dressed in 15 seconds if I need to, like the way it's like a...
Yeah.
Immediately you're changed.
Oh, but for me, like I was definitely stalling it.
Oh, see, I could never bring myself to that level of humiliation. That was worse to me. Every single time?
Not every single time, but I would find myself more often than not going into a stall and getting changed.
Oh, see?
And again, grouping it with going to the bathroom.
The chubby kids and the really skinny kids.
Yeah.
Oh, like everyone who had body dysmorphia was like waiting until everyone else left, and then I would like get changed really, really quickly and like run outside. But one time, I don't think I even knew what stretch marks were yet, and I was like took off my shirt and he was like behind me.
Oh jeez.
And he was like, Joe, what's all over your back? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I like turned and like saw my stretch marks. And I was like, oh, I must have like scratched myself in my sleep. And he was like,
you're like, I have a cat.
He was like, that looks like a bear scratched you. Like, it does not look like you scratched yourself. And I was like, yeah, like I'm really itchy.
Yeah, I was bewildered. I was like, I don't even know what to say.
And then he was like, he wasn't even being mean. Like, he was like, don't do that anymore. I was like on my iPod Touch typing in like how to remove stretch marks.
My mom is such an affirmative woman. Like she would be like, you're growing. Like you're just growing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just growing. I'm just growing. To a point where like I did go to a growing doctor.
Yes, you did.
And we're not going to get into all the details, but I got to a point where I was like, I need to keep am I growing? And I think it was like, honestly, like I do believe it was like you. I do think that in the moment for me, I was like, me and you used to be the same exact height.
Yeah.
Forever.
This is something that we need to talk to a therapist about.
Oh,
I do believe. I think it'd be really beneficial.
For sure. Because we were the same height forever. And I used to be tall for my age.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I stopped growing. And I was like, when is my growth spurt? Like, Joe's going through his growth spurt. All these people around me are going through their growth spurt. And I've stopped growing. So, like, I know I'm going to hit my growth spurt. Because, like, I'm going to be tall. Like, I know. So then I went to this growth doctor and he did scans of my hand. And this was when I was 16 years old. And then he was like, no, your bones have fused. So you're not going to grow anymore. And I was like, what are you saying? I think puberty was actually, like... Were you hit hard? You were hit hard by puberty?
I think I fully went through puberty via my iPod Touch Safari private browsing mode. Because I would like something would happen to my body and I would immediately Google it. Yeah. And like never had the talk growing up.
Yeah.
Except in school.
Middle school?
We had the talk in
We did have the talk in
elementary school. We're about to head into a big mouth territory. Yeah. But I remember in elementary school, this is why sex education is so fucking important, and like we need to really fix the programs, you guys, because I remember being in elementary school and it was honestly our gym teacher who was like explaining what sex was. I think they said, who wants to answer the question of like, how does a child get made? And they asked another 4th grader to explain to the group of 4th graders. And he said, when a man puts his privates between a woman's privates. And in my head, I don't know what a vagina is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, her boobs?
Oh my God.
So from that point forward, that's until like obviously like probably the next year, I was like, oh, sex is like not like motorboating, but like
It's not motorboating, it's
titty fucking.
Sex is titty fucking.
I thought sex was titty fucking in 4th grade. I was like, oh my God, right.
Did we really learn much in middle school? No, not necessarily.
I don't know, what can we talk about? Drunk goggles.
Yeah.
What the hell? You guys.
What the hell were the drunk goggles? It was, first of all, what I look forward to the most. I was like, we're doing
We were
drunk
all
goggles today.
so
Holy
excited for
shit.
drunk goggles.
Holy shit. They were like, you got the 1.8. I was like, wait, I'm going to be so drunk. I'm going to be so drunk today.
And then you put it on, and it's what? Like they just.
They like blur everything.
And
It's
they, like,
actually
a little green.
distorted. You're walking the straight line. You're like, whoa. You're like flying everywhere. And you're like, I never want to get drunk.
Right. Well, I will say I got the highest BAC in my room.
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
able to walk the straight line. I said to myself, I could drunk drive.
I want to say something about drinking in general. Like, what was the whole thing about say the alphabet backwards? Because I actually
ZYXWVUT.
that's some brain wiring shit.
If
Because
any
even if I
cop-
was sober, I'd be like, listen,
This is
I'm
why
not
we need to
gonna do
defund
this.
the police. But then in high school, for me, things got fuzzy because I went to Catholic school where my nun, who, God rest her soul, said, if you ever feel sexual or homosexual thoughts, do what I do and take a cold shower.
A cold shower?
First of all, okay, lesbian queen.
Okay, she's taking a
Understood.
lot of cold
I clocked
showers.
her in that moment.
Were you always taking a cold shower?
No, I was jerking off.
Oil wipes. That was
wipes.
oil wipes. Like I can't even
The way
believe
that those
Like,
littered a school hallway like fallen leaves. Like you walk into any high school in
it was the
2012 and it
fall.
was coated in used oil wipes.
and every girl would have it in their pocket. They were like,
I'm like, can I have one?
and yeah, I'm like, can I please have an oil wipe? And they
was like
would wipe their
drugs.
face, and it would be like a little bit, and I would wipe my face, and I'm not even kidding. It would be fully clear, and
It
I'm
would
like,
be dripping.
I did it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. I feel like every gay man has at least like a Rolodex of 5 comedians that deeply impacted the way they act. We have a Nick Kroll moment
in
here. We have a Billy Eichner moment here. Like it's almost uncontrollable. It just happens.
Yep.
Publicity changed our lives.
Publicity changed our lives, and I do think that like we will be getting into that for sure. I've been begging.
You've been begging, and I just the only reason I won't do it is because I know that you're better.
No, Joe, like it's gonna be amazing. But I think that like
amazing.
it's gonna be amazing.
Jamais was another one.
Jamais.
Like-
Yeah. I would also say like Disney Channel.
You think?
You think?
You think?
You think?
You think?
Drake and Josh.
Us.
We've
Gotten a lot of comments about that lately. It could have been, to me, it could have been just Josh.
Period.
Josh. The Josh show.
The Josh show.
The Amanda show.
Now that show, that was at the peak of comedy.
That was, she literally, her comedic timing is everything to me. Like, she was someone else who I started to imitate. I have videos of me pretending to be Amanda Bynes. Whoa, whoa.
I actually don't know. That's like that's
Yeah. We've had people approach us, you guys. It's no longer just like us sitting in our apartment on a Wednesday night recording. Like it is, I mean, I guess people listening know, but like it is reaching people.
It's reaching some peeps.
Everyone who has messaged us, who has come up to us, who has reviewed, like I feel like I know you already.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you get it. Like, and that is such a wild experience. Like the idea of being out and someone coming up to you and immediately, like I implicitly trust every person who has done it.
Everything is out there, and I think that's also like kind of segueing with staying in this lane. Like the whole point of growing up is not trying to fit in, but like finding your crowd and finding your people. And I think that the people that are listening tend to be like who we would want to associate with. And I think for so long, like I've tried to fit into so many different crowds, and I can be a shapeshifter because I'm always trying to fit in with every single crowd.
Now you're kind of
singing,
building
whatever.
your
And now I'm
crowd.
building my crowd. And like the people that are following me or the people that are messaging me, like I love to see it.
If you see us, if you know who we are and you see us in public, say something.
They say it on the trains all the time. If you see something,
say something. It is important to us.
Yep.
It will change our lives. It will change our day.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure you have a good time too.
We're
not sucking your dick. If you want to see a foot,
If you want to see a foot, like, just
I kind of think feet are in.
I knew feet were in.
I think that, like, I want to, like, post feet to, like, my Instagram grid.
Okay.
In, like, a major way this summer.
I think you should. Yeah. No.
I have, like, a Finsta that I started posting. Did you notice that? This is your dream life. Yeah. And I posted foot to it. Yeah.
Oh, I would love to read some reviews.
Because
I actually have nothing in front of me.
I'll read them to
react.
you. Yeah. Jill Kaser. TikTok brought me here and I'm staying for Andrew and Joe. I love this podcast so much, especially for the length of the episodes. That goes to everyone begging for longer episodes. You don't want it.
First of all, I don't understand. Like, I understand that most like podcasts are like an hour to an hour and a half. Who has the time?
Jill's making the point here. I always want more of you guys, but I know myself, and podcasts any longer than an hour, I get overwhelmed and stop listening forever, even if I love them. I'm just too busy to enjoy correctly. What I like about Jill is, like, she's like, I love this podcast and I'm very busy.
She's so busy.
She's like, I know myself and I'm going to let you know who I am.
She got her ass
Jill,
up
this
and
is an
work.
amazing review. Like, I want more reviews that make it about you.
Yep.
People who are making it about them, that's what I want.
Yes.
In a very parasocial and kind of sad way. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, oh, this many people have actually taken the time to write something.
Yeah.
That's
and you get us to
crazy.
keep going. Like, those comments, those meaningful messages mean truly so much to us. Like, we laugh, like, we tell all of these stories in a joking way, whatever, but obviously, like, we're putting this out there for a reason, and for you to resonate with it, to see us as your friends, to everything, like, is really special.
It really is.
With that being said,
what is this in front of us?
I'm
this
actually
whole time?
starving.
I'm really hungry, and I don't think this is going to satiate my palate.
This is not going to satiate my palate at all, and there's a few reasons for that. But let's talk nostalgic snacks, and we're going to be talking Little Bites today. And you know the Little Bites, you know those little muffins. They're 100 calories a pack, which, again, anything that's 100 calories a pack, sometimes I don't even trust it.
I don't want 4 fucking muffins.
I don't want 4 muffins. Like, it's actually insane. And I was saying this to you before. Like, I get it's for 5-year-olds, like, yeah, or like for children. Like, but I do think that's a misconstrued concept of how many muffins they should be having. Those are so small.
No, they are. I'm taking 4 right now.
Okay.
This is like not a muffin at its core.
And you know who's been chasing this since? Baked by Melissa.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Andrew, this is a Baked by Melissa cupcake.
This is a Baked by Melissa cupcake. Yeah.
I'm
Honestly,
kind of freaking out. Melissa,
you're
what
so
the fuck
smart.
do you have to say? Because
Melissa, speak up. But you know
she's
what?
a genius.
Little Bites did it first.
Little Bites did it first. Obviously artificial blueberry, but it tastes like some sort of like Bed Bath and Body Works perfume that you accidentally breathed in.
Yes,
it's like blueberry.
You're almost about to choke for a second. Okay, we're actually like we're inhaling these.
I finished them.
Ooh,
All right, you guys. I'm so tired right now. It's like not even late.
You have it.
Oh my! I have COVID. No, I don't.
No, don't even say that. Don't even put that out there.
I definitely have a mouth infection. I can tell you that much. If you want to follow us, you know where you can find us. At Good Children Pod on TikTok. I'm at Be Quiet Joe on TikTok.
At Andrew_MUSKY on TikTok.
On Instagram, at Good Children Pod. You guys, like, followed us pretty quickly on that. Like, it's, like, not doing too bad.
It's not doing horribly.
I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Kind of getting nervous for my own personal
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's going to overtake us. I'm at JoeHegyes, Joe Hedges on Instagram.
At Andrew MUSCARELLA on Instagram.
I guess we'll see you next week.
Don't forget to rate and review.
Oh my god.
And pick up your little bites.
If you don't pick up those little bites, pick up those little fingers and rate, review, follow, subscribe, bell button, TikTok, Instagram,
Tittyfuck.
YouTube, and Tittyfuck. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I want to see the world, drive nice cars, I want to have groupies.
I go up.
Be careful what you wish for, cause you
Just might get it. You just might get it. You just might get it. Get it?
Wait.